Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you all can hear me. What is the song called? This is from the YouTube creator music thing. I have no idea. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully the vertical live is working all right. This is my first time trying this. Hello. The stream has started. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, this is a realm. This is a Minecraft realm. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Not the most dramatic intro. I'm sorry for that. It's been a while since I last streamed, and this is my first time doing the horizontal and the vertical simultaneously. So hopefully it's all working. Let me know if anybody has any technical issues, and I'll try to sort them out. But welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, everyone. Wow. So nice to see you all in here. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Welcome to my Minecraft realm. I am Will Awake, and this is my Vanilla Survival Bedrock Edition Minecraft realm. That's right, Bedrock. Bedrock player over here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can everybody see me? Can everybody hear me? Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the den area of my castle in our Minecraft realm here. Just hanging out. In the real world, it is a cold and snowy day for me. So I am enjoying sitting by the fire here in Minecraft to warm up. I hope you all are cozy. I hope you all have a nice snack or a beverage to be keeping you company as you're joining me here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are. Just getting settled. Bear with me. We're gonna change up the music a little bit, get some chill vibes. All right. So, we got some stuff to do today. And I think to start things off strong, the first thing that we should do is go straight to an ancient city. Because I have all but... How do I even look at my achievements anymore? Genuinely, where do you even find them? Here? Yeah. We only have one achievement in this world that we still need to get. And that is the 2 smithing templates that only exist in ancient cities. So, first things first, let's go raid an ancient city. Hopefully we'll find the smithing templates that we're looking for. Let me know your bets. How many chests do you think we have to check before we find one of the 2 smithing templates we're looking for? Throw your bets in the chat. I'm hopeful that we'll get one in... I don't know. Let's say 8 chests. What do you think? 8 chests? Or I'm going to get attacked by a warden and have to go running for my life and we'll get nothing. So we'll see how it goes. Hello, I'm streaming. I'm streaming both. This is my first time trying this vertically and horizontally. So you should be able to find your format of choice on the channel somehow. 27. All right. Silence is the rarest. Yeah, I'm not too optimistic about that. But here we are. If you have not seen this, welcome. Here's our Gothic vampire castle. Over there in the distance, we've got our industrial area, very much a work in progress, as you can see. Whoa, that's a lot of zeros. But for this, we're going to be heading off into the distance. I guess I should grab some wool. Let's bless him. You think I'll get silence? I hope so. I really hope so. I'm going to pop down to my main storage room here, and let's just grab a bunch of wool so that I don't need to be too scared of these skull creakers, right? All right, I don't know. How much of this do you think I need? That should be enough, right? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. If you are in the vertical and you would rather be in the horizontal, you can find that on the channel, and vice versa. In theory, there's some way to combine them, but I don't think if we combine them, we'd be getting my face in both. So hopefully this is okay for people. All right. So, welcome to my little nether. Oh, hello. You are not supposed to be here. Welcome to my little nether hub. We're right at the top of the nether. We are in Bedrock Edition, so we do not have a nether roof. But what we do have is some fast travel paths here that I dug out. We've got a bunch of soul sand. Yeah, 5 stacks of wool. Hopefully that'll be good. All right, we can make this go a little bit faster probably. Welcome, welcome, welcome. On horizontal, you're missing the Minecraft room. Yeah. Horizontal, I try to keep the... Keep the action unobscured a little bit more. But on the vertical, I needed to put something up there. Thank you all for bearing with me with the new formats. All right, we're flying far into the distance here. I have an ancient city planned out here that we should be able to pop into. I believe it is this way. And hopefully we can just pop in, try some chests, and with any luck, we'll get what we're looking for. But we'll see. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, so these ancient cities are not so good for me. I'll do my best not to set off the shriekers, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hello, hello, welcome everyone. Aha, and here we are. This is, as we allow it to load in for a moment, this is an area where I'm planning to do some stuff. I haven't really done much here. You may have seen this on a previous stream. I want to do kind of an Old West mining town kind of thing here, right on this lake. And then over here, we have this interesting lush cave. It's a cool area. But what's really cool about it is that over here, we've got this mine shaft here. And I'm eventually planning on making a rail track that will go this distance here. Am I going to be able to get out of here? I'm not going to be able to get out of here. Oh, no. Oh, man, I need my nerd pearls. And I missed. Oops. There we go. All right, so we follow this winding path. We're going to see if I can remember this on my first try. And we head out this way, perhaps. And we head over here. And I'm thinking I may have just hit a dead end. Nope. Okay. We come out here. Oh, here we are, just back where we were. In any case, we'll head up over here. And I think somewhere around here's another mine shaft. Nice. And I think we can go through... Nope. You know what? Never mind. We're going to fly. So it's over here. Look at those mountains. Isn't that amazing? Look at that view. That's why I want to build here. How cool would this area be with those mountains in the distance? Look at that. And then a lake over here. It's a perfect little valley to just build a little settlement or something. So let me know any ideas you have for this area. I'd love to hear them. But then this place is even cooler because you come down here and there's this big ravine. And if we fly through the ravine, we get to this big hole. Whoa! And at the very bottom of this hole, yet another little cave. Where's the best place to find ancient cities? I'm not entirely sure if they're biome specific at all. They might be. My suggestion for anything like that, if you have a world that you have been playing in for a while, you're comfortable with the stuff that you've found stuff, you're comfortable with the amount that you've found stuff on your own, just go to chunk base or something, plug in your seed, find the stuff you're looking for. You can still just aim in the general direction of some coordinates, and then once you get there, you can still explore. So look at this. Oh, not an ancient city. But what this is a trial chamber, obviously. And this is another piece of the grand vision that I have for this area is a minecart rail kind of roller coaster thing that comes all the way around here, ends up going through this trial chamber, kind of turning it into a trial chamber farm, and then goes all the way around here and so on. They certainly do need to be in a deep dark. Yeah, you got to be well below Y level 0, I guess. And if we check this trial chamber out, I believe, if I've remembered my path here. Yeah, look at this room. You can see, that's a little funky. You can see there's some interesting stuff going on here. Specifically, right over here, the trial chamber leads right into an ancient city. And so I came in here once before and I got a couple of chests. So it's possible that we might run into some that I've already seen, but I'm going to just make a little bit of a staging area here. We're down now. Let's see. We're at -40 right now. So that's where we're at with this ancient city. All right. I'm going to leave most of my stuff right here. I'll put a bed down. I've got all of my stuff in my trusty, handy dandy ender chest here. And let's just pop everything that's not, I don't know. I brought that beacon for later. Don't need it for this, that's for sure. I'm just going to bring nothing but the wool to start, I guess. Because what am I really trying to do here? I'm just trying to go in, find any smithing templates if I can. I guess I'll bring some torches too, just in case I want to like leave breadcrumbs for myself. I don't use chunk base because then I feel like I cheated. I think that's totally fair. I think for me, where I draw the line, I've had this realm for like 6 years. So there's some stuff that it would have been very difficult for me to just stumble across if I didn't use chunk base. And for me, the way I like to use chunk base is basically get vague coordinates, but then still go and explore, you know, once you get there. And kind of where I draw the line in terms of cheating is I have cheats off in this world, right? Like I can still gain achievements here. I have never been in creative mode or anything in this world. So obviously that's why we're going for an achievement right now. We can only do that because cheats have never been turned on in this world. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Man, these places are so stressful, but I'm determined to get some good loot here. And I think I probably explored like the ones that were closest to this. So I'm going to try to like get some distance here and just go off. And I probably need to be a little bit more careful. If I see any shriekers, I don't want to break them because I don't like breaking natural shriekers since they're the only ones that can actually spawn the warden, right? But I'll probably try to surround them with wool if I see them. I feel like, oh man, that there's a bat in here. I think that I'm pretty sure the shriekers won't go off if it's like a mob triggering the skulk sensors. I think it has to be a player. But I do think we need some slightly more eerie music for this. So let's try that. Let's see here. Dark. Dark sounds right. All right, yeah, this will, or no, deep horrors. That sounds good. All right, here we go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find my way back out of here, but I'm going to try to. All right, we're going to follow the bat. We see any shriekers anywhere? See any chests anywhere? The bat is really throwing me off, triggering these skulk sensors. All right. Go to content. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks for joining for a little bit. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. There's got to be a chest around here somewhere, right? I should have worn some Swift Sneak pants for this. Maybe if I find some, I'll put them on. How do I get in here? I can pillar up on wool and it'll be fine, right? I didn't bring a pickaxe or anything. Okay, there's a chest and there's a shrieker. All right, how do I do this? How do we do it? There's a way there's a way to land soft, right? Or if I jump and then land on wool, will it protect me? No. It definitely will not. Oh no. All right, we're off to a good start here. Okay. We're gonna check this chest out. All right, chat. This is chest number one. Chest number one. Let's get some wool around it. Hopefully there's no shriekers back here or anything. All right, let's check it. Let's check it. Any swift seek on the pants? No. Okay, not too much great here. I'll take the echo shard. It's always nice to be able to make those recovery compasses. I don't think I really need much of this else. I do kind of want to... I think I'll just break the chest so that I can keep track of how many chests I've opened. And that way, we can also make sure I don't come back and try to open the same chest later, right? All right, where to next? This music's getting me in the mood. All right. Okay, can I do this far of a jump without triggering one, do we think? Woo! All right, cool. All right, I'd love to find some swift sneak pants. Oh! What was that? Oh, that was me putting pants on? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. We're not doing so well here. One more. One more and we're in trouble. Level 100 sneak, yeah. All right. Are there more chests around here? I really should have brought my sneaking pants for this. Anybody, is that chest? No, that's some wood. That's just some wood structure. These places are too scary. I gotta be careful. If I set that thing off one more time, I'm in trouble. Okay, we see anything? Surely right around here there's got to be one, right? Because there's like a ton of shriekers or skulk sensors and stuff. Oh! I need to remember not to step on those. How are there no chests? If we get a warden, I'm running for the hills. Not that I really know how to get back, so we're gonna be in trouble. Come on, around here somewhere? Where are all the chests? All right, there's a shrieker. Gotta be careful of that. Does that mean, is there gonna be a chest in here somewhere? Surely. Somewhere. That's just a hallway. I don't spend a lot of time in these places. Clearly, you know, I haven't gotten these smithing templates yet, so I don't really know how they're laid out. Like, are the chests... They're like usually in these little areas off to the side, right? Like it wouldn't be on these paths, but maybe this area will have one? Oh, a little pool. Okay. That's nice. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but cozy. What about up here? I feel like I need to turn off the lights in the in the Minecraft room for this. Okay, is there a chest here? Yeah, okay, awesome. All right, we're going to try to get this. I'm going to try to just put wool on all 4 sides. All right, we'll put one over here just in case there's something in that direction. And then I think we just have to hope that there's nothing like right above us. All right, here we go. Chest number 2. Do we think we're going to get it? We're going to get the any smithing template we need? We did not. I'll take the disc fragment. Why not? No, still no swift sneak. All right, I'll break this one too so we don't come back to it. I mean, I guess the ones I'm leaving wool all around are pretty good indication. I don't need that music disc. All right, we've opened 2 chests, and so far we have not found the templates that we need. And what are the odds? Let's see. Let's check them out. Let's check them out. So in ancient cities, the ward armor smithing template is 5% chance, and silence is a 1.2% chance. Oh, man. How many chests is that? That's like... I don't really know how probability works well enough to figure that out, but it's, my odds are not good. Hello, welcome. All right, we're trying to find either the ward or the silence smithing template. If we get either one, I'm happy for now, and then we can we can head back. Obviously, both would be ideal. 1.2% chance, 5% chance, not great. Not great. Hello! Welcome. Thanks so much for joining. All right, I'm going to go up here. Is there something up here? Oh, the bat. The bat scared me. This is Bedrock Edition. Is there a chest under here? No, this is just like a little cool area. Okay. All right. All right, it looks like this is the end of the city, so I want to head back over it and over this way probably. The music is not exactly the right vibe for this, but it's all right. I swear this bat keeps making me think I'm triggering things. Is there a chest in here, maybe? What's the best way to get around? I mean, swift sneak, I guess. All right, if I find swift sneak pants, I'll surround myself with wool and put them on. Because I do not trust myself without sneaking. If anybody sees a chest, give me a 3 o'clock, you know? Or 12 o'clock. What about here? No? Okay, there's got to be something in here, right? Are they just like randomly distributed throughout these areas? I don't know how this stuff works. Is there going to be one in here? Or does this just lead up to the... This just kind of leads up to the walkways? I feel like most of the chests are like kind of on the outskirts, right? All right, surely there's a chest around here somewhere. And also, it's possible, because I set off the Shrieker twice, but I think after some amount of time, there's like a cooldown, and then it'll go back to, or like it'll reduce the count. So I can get a little bit more of a buffer. Maybe I'm like too much on the edges. Maybe I gotta head more into the ancient city more. Like maybe I'll just go up the top to one of these upper walkways? Yeah, let's try it. I think I need to be able to see some stuff from above. Yeah, because there's these carpets too. And I know that on the carpets you can walk without setting them off. We see any chests anywhere? Can't see anything in this place. Don't get over here. Alright, let's do this. I think... Okay, yeah, though, that's just skull. But this is wool, so I probably would be fine walking in this. Yeah, cool. That's nice. It's nice that these walkways are made of wool. Okay, do we see any chests anywhere? Oh! Ooh. That was kind of lucky, maybe? Or this bat that's flying around is driving me crazy. Alright, I gotta get away from that bat. Okay, yeah, this is a much better way to be able to just like go on these wool. They're usually in the ruined tunnels of the ancient city, okay. Like up there maybe, or... Let's see. Anything up here? Hello, chests? Chests for me? See any chests? I see something. I guess that's like the main thing in the center. I mean, maybe we should head in that direction. I also have no idea. I'm totally turned around. I have no clue how to get out of here at this point. Man, I don't see any chests. I don't really know how to get down. I guess I could... Oh, not like that. Whew. That was lucky. That was very lucky. Campfire. All right, so 5% chance. In theory, on average, that'd be about 20 chests. Hopefully my luck is a little better than that. We'll see. The 1 point, whatever, that one's going to be rough. That said, if I can't even find any chests, if I can't even find any chests, then maybe we won't get those 20 chests that we need. That being said, I'm still confident with my bet of 8. Oh, there's one. Okay. This is a nightmare chest. Okay, we're gonna make sure that we put wool all around this thing. Is that on that? Oh, that's not even the right spot. Okay. We've got wool. Put one above it, just like that, just to be even more careful. All right, here we go. What do we think? We're gonna get it? We're gonna get one? No, unfortunately not. Well, 3 chests down. At least we found another one. All right, we'll get out of this terrifying spot. I'm going through my wool pretty quickly. What about over there? Is that a spot that would have a chest, maybe? Problem is I have no idea where I've already been. And that bat is just freaking me out. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Any chest up here? Man. These things are tough to find. I kind of thought they were just like everywhere. Or maybe I'm just like being too slow and cautious. You know, I guess I could be trying to do the like jump from wool to wool thing, but I don't trust my ability to do that really. All right, let's see. Where's the center? Because maybe we want to head more towards the center. Okay, that's I think that's like the actual center. All right, let's head over that way. Okay, and I can walk freely on this wool here. Nice. Okay. Cool. Is there a chest at the center too? I think there is. Oh, I'm actually going to take that. I'm actually going to take that skull. Can I break this without setting anything off? Ooh, that was close. That would have set one off if there'd been one. All right, we found 3 chests. So far, no smithing template we need. I'm going to do this for... Let's see. Man, I've already been doing this. I've already been streaming for almost 35 minutes. Do we see any chests anywhere? I don't even know where the center is anymore. I lost track of it. Where am I going? Where's that, like that giant portal thing? I thought, oh, I guess maybe it's that over there. Yeah, is this the giant portal? Can't really tell. I guess maybe it is. Any chests around here? Oh! Uh-oh. Are we getting a warden? Are we getting a warden? I don't think so. I think... Thankfully... I think it must have been enough time since the last ones that I triggered that we didn't get it. Woo! If that had been a warden, I was just about to run for my life. All right, can we get up here? I'll try to find 2 more chests. If we don't, or you know, or if we get lucky and find a bunch more, I'll certainly take them. But if we can't, if we can't find a bunch more, I'll probably try to just get like 2 more, because I'm also gonna run out of wool if I'm not careful. Are there chests around here? This is the very center? Yeah, there's the portal thing. Are there not chests around the portal? Maybe on the other side? A lot of candles. I heard that under the giant portal thing there's a secret room. I don't know if there's a chest or it's just a myth. All right, let's check it out. I'm going to go around to the other side of the portal. Oh. Oh, that was close. I gotta be slightly more careful. All right, can I go like... I think I could go down like this. Oh, yeah. So there's the portal. Under it would be like around here somewhere. Are there any more chests? Why is this so stressful? They did a good job with these. These ancient cities are pretty... They're pretty anxiety-inducing. They do a good job. The thing is, I don't have a pickaxe. I'm a fool, and I didn't bring a pickaxe. Okay, so there's a place that I went up before. Hey, welcome. And I guess this is... I've been here before. This is all wool stuff. Yeah, I don't have a pickaxe. I can't even really like try to dig out under the portal. I think I'm going to try... Is there... Let's see. Maybe there's a chest over here. Okay, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. This looks dangerous. This looks really dangerous. I don't know what to do about this. Maybe I'll try to... Maybe I'll try to just block this in like this. We'll see how it goes. Do we think this is going to work? Do we think this is covered enough? Let's give it a try. If not, I'm running. Sharpness. Okay, other side. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to find one more chest, and then we're gonna cut and run. Hopefully, we'll get lucky, find something good. But if not, that's all right. We'll try again next stream. Got bigger plans for today, so we're gonna try to get back to some of those. The question is, will we be able to find another chest? I'm almost inclined to just like try to run for it, because I actually don't even know how to get back from here. I have no idea where my entrance is. And maybe just like running and getting a bunch of wardens on me would be kind of funny. But I want to find one more chest first. Okay, is this spot gonna have one? I feel like I've been here already and I didn't find anything. What's your dare? I'll hear you out. What's that? Oh, that's just some tough or something? That probably means I'm getting kind of close to the trial chamber where we started this. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of... So we've clearly been over here already. Oh, there's another skull. I don't think I can take that one. I think it'll set this off. Maybe if I do this. It's always nice to have skulls. And the whole, like, charge creeper thing is totally annoying. Nice. We'll grab that. Why not? Can you make a greenhouse? Very interesting question. Because one of my plans for today is to actually start talking about and thinking about a greenhouse that I want to build. So, very prescient of you. All right, this music is the wrong vibe. We need... I feel like, yeah, we just need this one. Okay, this is... Yeah, I've already been here. All right, I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes. If we don't find another chest, I'm gonna cut and run. Hopefully we'll find one. Next time I'm definitely bringing Swift Sneak in here. Hello, welcome. Do they have them up in those like towers or anything? Oh yeah, there's more wool. So I've clearly been here. All right. Do we see any chests anywhere? If anybody sees a chest, yell it. Is that the way in? Is that the way in? The problem is once I decide to run for it, I'm gonna have no way to know how to get out of here with the darkness effect. All right, come on, one more chest, please. Oh man, I've been all these places already. I've seen wool. All right, I'm just gonna pillar up, see what I see. Any chests anywhere? Any way out of here anywhere? Oh, there's a chest. Okay. I can get that. I can get to that. I'm just gonna go over it with the wool. I think I have enough. Can I get over there? Yeah, it'll be close, but I'll be able to get there, I think. This is surely the intended way of going through these cities, right? Have you checked near the weird portal thing? Yeah, I was just over there. I didn't really see much. I think we found like one chest over there. But I'm sure I'm missing so much stuff. All right, here we go. Cool. Now, I don't know if there's a shrieker below, that could be a problem. All right, what do we think? Are we going to get it? We're going to get it? I'm going to try to put wool around this. Moment of truth. Oh, sad. Not what we needed. All right, well, that's okay. We gave it a try. I've had pretty good luck with a lot of these smithing templates, so I don't need to push my luck here. Now, the question is, where on earth is my exit? And how am I going to get out of here? All right. Is there really anything that I care that much about in my inventory? I came here for the smithing templates. The skulls would be nice. You know, echo shards are cool and stuff. But frankly, if I die, it's not the end of the world. I think we just go for it. Let's get out of here. I don't have any food. I have no idea where I'm going. Oh no. I think I can afford one more shriek. Let's wait for the darkness to fade. Hopefully I can find my way out of here. Okay, there's a pillar. I must have pillared up there at some point, which probably means I'm trying to get back this way. I really don't know. We're just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it. Okay, we still haven't triggered it. If anybody sees any trial chamber. How is there not a warden yet? I could just dig up, that's true. Okay, here we go. That's got to be a warden, right? Ah! Yep, here we go. I can hear it chasing me. I have no idea where I'm going. I can't see anything. I'm going to get a bunch of wardens on me now. And I still have no clue where I'm going. Oh no! Run, run, run. Run. Anybody see anything? No, not water. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, there they are. They're coming after me. Oh! Well, we did our best. Here we are. I'm gonna get out of here now. It's all good. The stakes were low. There was nothing I wasn't willing to lose in there. Actually, honestly, I'm just gonna take the real fast route home here. Let me pop my stuff into my ender chest. I've got plenty of ender chests. And let's head back in for more. Hey, wardens! Hello? Where you guys at? If I find, imagine I find the smithing template now. Hey, friends! What you up to? Where are you? Anybody around? I hear you! Hey, see ya. Thanks for joining. Anybody around? Hello, friends. Oh, there you are. No, oh my gosh. I walked right through one. What? Come on, you guys can't get me? There we go. Ah. Home sweet home. Back to nice, chill, spruce forest. Welcome to my world spawn. We got this nice little cul-de-sac here. But you can head along on your way out. And look at that, you can start to see the castle in the distance. What a sight. What a sight. The first thing you get to here is this tree that shows you some different paths you could go. We'll head over here. Thank you. There's our nether portal over there. You can just kind of see it peeking through. That's one of them. We got a few different ones. Look at, there's so many foxes out today. It's amazing. All right, so there's the castle. Here we are. We're headed back. We're going to pick up our stuff. And I want to talk a little bit about the title. The title of the stream. If you have or have not seen it, I have a horse that was very popular. I have a horse that people love. And so we're not going to make a ton of progress on it today, but I'm going to get it started. We're building him a proper house. Here's our little graveyard next to a spooky church. It's a bit more moody at nighttime. As it stands, in the middle of the daytime, the vibes are not exactly perfect. This is our spooky village. Again, the vibes are not ideal at nighttime, or in the daytime. At nighttime, the vibes are great. So let's head over here. We can get into our castle. We can pick up our stuff. I can start talking about the plan. So we'll cross over our cute little bridge. Oh, so many furry and feathered friends around here. All right, let's open up our secret magical waterfall entrance. I did build this. This is our vanilla survival Bedrock Edition realm. And I pretty much built all this stuff by myself over the past several years. You can see our waterfall drops down to reveal the entrance to the cave. And just as the water's about to clear, the water comes back and it splits the waterfall open. I wish it were a little bit faster. The water is just like so slow to clear, but I think that this is really cool. And it's kind of like, if you look away and then look back, you get a really nice look. Yeah, so we can go in here. We can just close it right up behind. The path goes away, the water closes back up. That part's really fast, which is nice. All right, so I'm gonna have to, let me just swing by an inner chest and grab my stuff. And then we'll talk about the plan. So these are my less famous horses. But we got a little ender chest right here, so this will be good. I can grab my stuff back. I have a very particular order for these things, which I forget. Oh, I guess oh right, I lost my torches. That's fine. I am not too worried about losing torches. Cool. We can put our stuff back on. Grab this. I'll pick up I guess I think I have a spare, yeah, I have a spare ender chest here, which I can put back in my bundle of all my important little tools and things. For how long have you been playing in this world? I've had this world for 6 years, which is pretty crazy. I started it in like late 2019. I'm sorry I must do this as a looper test. Hopefully that proves your test conclusively. Here's my little sniffer, my little sniffer hole. I don't know why I went in there. Sometimes you gotta just go into the sniffer hole, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, these are like my normal horses. We've got Hypnos and Thanatos, the jump and the speed horse. We have Moros, the balance horse over here. We have Mulemus, who is our mule, and all that entails. But the horse who got kind of famous in one of my shorts is my secret horse back here. And that's because right here behind this wall, if I pop my magical crystal into the floor, this wall opens up and it reveals Hybris, the special horse who was bred during a time when you could basically make horses really, really fast by like splashing their parents with a speed potion, and then they would be bred to be faster. And so you can see it's like a very fast horse. They changed the horse handling as a part of Mounts of Mayhem, I guess, and they handle so differently now, but you can see how fast he goes on a straightaway. But anyway, I got a lot of flack for the admittedly kind of pitiful little area that this horse is living in here. And I will agree, it's a pretty sad little area. Hybris deserves better. And so we're going to start to dig this out and start to give Hybris a much bigger home. But I don't just want to dig it out, make it a little bit bigger, put some grass in there or whatever. Like, I want to incorporate it more into the world. Because right now, this is kind of just a strange little secret thing that's behind a wall, And it turns out, let's close the door behind us. It turns out that where Hybris kind of lives is, let me pop out here and we can take a look. Where Hybris lives is under this part of the castle. And we can't really see it, so let's get up there. I could just fly, but it's more fun to go the long way sometimes. So I'm going to sneak in through the roots of this giant tree and head through here. I like to make it, like, everywhere in this world, I like to make it so that you can get everywhere by just walking. Like, flying is really fun, and I love to fly around. Don't get me wrong, I fly all the time. But I like everywhere to be connected, where you can pretty much just walk from place to place. And ideally, like, not even have to jump. So I use a lot of slabs and stuff, right? So you can always just walk up. And if there's somewhere you can walk, it probably is like a little bit of a secret path or something. And that's the case here, where up on the edge of our for little forbidden grove, we've got this secret little elevator right here. And if I pop in here, ooh, look at this. This is an area that I think looks very cool, but doesn't have much really going on here right now. And kind of the story behind this area, I'll take a step back and look at it. The story behind this area is I tried to build an extension, right? You can see the main castle there looking pretty awesome at night. Right, the main castle there looks pretty cool. And I tried to build this extension area to it, and I couldn't get it to look good. So I decided that it would look better if it was just ruined. Because when in doubt, just ruin it. And so I think this looks pretty cool, but I've never really fully incorporated it into the lore of the world. So it turns out that this area is like pretty much right above where Hybris is. Like he's pretty far down, but he is down there, and it's like it's kind of right underneath this. So I've been thinking, I want to sleep and make it daytime. But before we do that, because I was talking about the vibes of the abandoned village at nighttime, let's just swing by there real quick. Right, so this is the way that you would normally arrive at the base, is you come around here and you walk through here and you get this very spooky village with these little houses that are leaning over. The music is not quite right for this, but that's all right. Right, we got like fog or mist kind of rising out of the water here. I did a lot of the trees. Some of the trees I still need to do. But you can see we've got like fireflies around as well. I think that's pretty cool. How many structures do you think you've built? Oh man, I built a lot of structures. These were all like, this was actually a vanilla village. These were all like houses that were here, but they were like oak. They looked totally different. I like redid them all to be custom, but kind of kept them where they were. And I think these like slanty roofs with the lanterns sticking out look pretty cool. And then over here, I love how you built the houses. Thank you. And then over here, I was testing with some stuff. I still want to do this, but like I was playing around with what it might look like to have like spooky red eyes, just like in the distance. Right. So imagine, you know, it wouldn't be like a big wall of wood like this. I was just testing that out. But you can imagine like, you know, maybe you're walking along here and you peek through there and there's just a couple red eyes staring at you. I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, this is it's not fully done, this village, but a lot of it's here. I kind of want to just enclose it in more. I was playing around with like having these kind of walls around it, just made out of like mist and fog. So it feels a little bit more isolated. So there's some more work I got to do. I'll probably do that for a long form video or something at some point. Speaking of long form videos, I do have one in the works. Should be coming out within the next like week or so. I'm just editing, and that takes me forever because I'm a perfectionist, even though it's going to be pretty short ultimately. All right, so I'm going to take a quick nap, and I'll go to my castle bedroom for this. Why not? Go to the nice bed. Ah, nothing like a nice rest in our giant 4-poster castle bed. Cool. So, yeah. So I was talking about this area here, which I generally just call kind of like the ruined wing. I don't really know what to call it because it's never really had a purpose. Until now, because I'm starting to put two and two together here. And I think what makes sense for this structure, if you look at it, I had built it to kind of have these big glass windows. And obviously a lot of them are broken because I decided to just totally ruin this thing. But you can imagine that maybe there was also like a big like glass dome or something. And maybe this area was a greenhouse. And that's where we get to the person who, the chatter who suggested we make a greenhouse. Little did you know, I was kind of planning on already turning this area into a greenhouse. But the way I want to do it is a little bit different, maybe. Because I like the way this is right now, where it's like ruined. We have this water here. I think this is all kind of cool. I like the ice, you know, it goes up against the snow and all that. So what I want to do is kind of let us imagine that this used to be a greenhouse that was both sticking out above the ground and kind of descending down into the mountain. And so I want to dig out a lot of this. And that'll hopefully give us a little bit of an area to work with that we can then have Hybris's little hidey hole back here connect up into. And I'm thinking that I'm starting to put it all together with the lore. In my mind, I'm like, okay, so the kind of the kind of lore of this world is that this is a vampire castle that already existed here, but was abandoned. And then I crashed here in like a UFO or something and took over the castle because it was empty. And I've like for a while wanted to build like some kind of little UFO thing here or something. Not entirely sure. But if you've seen it, you know, we have a giant spaceship up in space, which in this case is the end. So I kind of want to use the same style as that. And the idea is like, you know, maybe that's our home base, but we crashed here. We took over this more fantastical, gothic kind of vampire area, and then eventually made our way back to our main spaceship. That's what we're going with. But I'm thinking that like if this thing was a greenhouse originally and we can dig this way down, then like maybe when the spaceship crashed here, something space technology or rocket fuel or something, I don't know, like mixed with like some plant or tree or something that existed in here in this greenhouse. And that is the magical combination that led to Hybris, the super fast horse, being able to be bred here. So that's the general plan. And what I'm going to do is first get a beacon. Or no, I have a beacon, so I just need some iron. You should make it look like a giant tree has grown out of the castle and that became the greenhouse. That's a cool idea. And I think that that could solve one of the problems too, because I've been trying to figure out like how to have the spaceship or like the little UFO thing be like crashed in there. And so it's like maybe there's a giant tree sticking out of the middle and like the UFO like crashed into the tree, destroyed the whole greenhouse. And then like, you know, something from the UFO like seeped into the roots of the tree. I don't know, something along those lines. Very early stages. But the first step is going to be digging it out. And I won't subject you all to just like me digging incessantly for however long it's going to take. But what we can do is try to start a little bit and get a sense for what it might look like. And the first thing I need to do is grab some sponges because I want to clear out. Do I have sponges? Oh yeah, I got sponges. Hopefully this will be enough. Oh no, I want some glass too. Oh. Let me get some glass. I think I have glass here. This is my big storage system. Oh, that's not very much glass. Okay, we're gonna try to trade with some villagers. Do I have any emeralds? Oh, yes. Thank goodness. We got lots of emeralds. So I'll head down the hallway here, and then we get to my little villager trading hall. Yes, I know it's 2026, and I've got my villagers in one wide tileable little containers. I know that's not necessarily the trend at this present moment in time, but when I made this in 2019, this was considered ethical. So let's get some glass from these guys. What I want to do is, because I like the water that we have, the little pond that we have in that ruined wing right now, I want to just like close off the water that is there already with some glass. And then I want to kind of try to dig beneath it. And then we'll figure out how to blend it all together later. But for now, we just got to get a canvas to start working with. So I'm just going to buy some glass from these guys. Come on, who has glass for me? Yes. Hello. All right, let's grab this glass. Let's grab it. We're just going to get as much as we can. I always need more glass, frankly. And I was very pleased with how many emeralds I had there. I was not expecting to have that many. I go through emeralds pretty quickly. I have a raid farm, but it is not particularly efficient. All right, surely this will be enough glass. I'm going to get some more rockets real quick as well. And then we'll get going. I have this little quick restock chest here, which has all my like hotbar stuff. So I can just double click the one in my inventory or like grab half and then double click it. And I can just like refill everything I need from there really quickly. Yeah, I recommend making one of these. Basically, it's just, you know, I have some hoppers pointed in here from under those slots in my storage system. So like all the stuff that I use all the time gets refilled automatically. But then other stuff is just here for convenience. Do you have a sand duper? I do not. It's like, I think it's possible that there's some way to dupe sand in Bedrock Edition, but I'm not super familiar with how to do it. All right, so we're going to head up over here to the ruined wing. That's where we're going. And what I want to do, I got way more glass than I needed. What I want to do is just kind of create a glass surface beneath the first layer of the water. And then I want to clear out all the water that's under there and start to dig down. So that's what we're aiming for. Let's see how it goes. I guess I'll do, because this like little pond kind of feeds this little stream here, which then goes down and becomes the big waterfall down here, you can see, which is frankly a little bit unrealistic because this is a very big waterfall and this little pond is not getting any bigger. Do you think there should be a renewable source of sand in the game? That has always been one of my biggest gripes. I think it's a great question. I think if concrete didn't exist, my answer would probably be no, it's fine. But I think since concrete does exist and you need so much sand, I think so. I think there should be a renewable source. Or they need to like, I mean, yeah, because even gravel, right? To make concrete, you can get gravel from piglin bartering, but you can't get sand from anything. Yeah, I do. I think if concrete had a different recipe, I'd probably feel differently. But, and I don't mind like mining sand. Like I actually enjoy kind of like, you can just grab an LA and bring an LA with you, or like leave one there at your like mining desert or whatever. And it makes it pretty easy and not too painful. But just for the massive amounts that people need for like huge builds that use a lot of concrete, I think there probably should be. I'm not a huge fan of the like dry concrete, wet concrete mechanic. I think it's kind of anti-fun to have to just like either, you know, stand there at either a machine or just like in a hole, making a ton, like hardening all your concrete. I feel like it'd be more fun if you could, I don't know, automate that somehow. Like if you could craft it, you know, like maybe instead of, I don't know exactly what it would look like, but like maybe you could craft it with like a water bucket and a stack of dry concrete, right? And if you could do that in a crafting bench or in a crafter, and it like spits out the bucket, you have to like have a mechanism to refill the bucket or something. Like, I feel like that could be pretty good. I feel kind of the same way with mud, because mud's a pretty manual process right now too. In any case, what I'm going to do here is just, I'll keep these 2 layers of water and I'm just going to fill the rest of this in with glass. And then I'm going to go underneath and try to dry out the area underneath this glass. And I don't really need it so much for the the areas that don't have water underneath them, but I'll do it anyway. I guess I should be, oh, I guess I should be wearing my helmet. Would be a cool system to design too. Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be fun. All right, let's go. Let's just fill this all in. So what I'm kind of thinking is in this greenhouse, maybe there were like multiple floors somehow. There's still very much a work in progress. There's a lot that I'm gonna have to figure out here. But like, you know, maybe there used to be a spiral staircase or something going down into the lower parts of this greenhouse where maybe there's like, you know, more plants that need less sunlight or whatever. And then up here, maybe this is where all the plants that need a lot of sunlight were. Hello. But the idea is since something crashed into this, you know, maybe it crashed into the tree in the middle or whatever. And now like the top part is all destroyed, but there's still some areas down below that are still working, that still like exist and can be accessed. And like maybe there's some scaffolding or something, not like Minecraft scaffolding, but like conceptual scaffolding that's like holding up the broken parts or something, you know, to preserve the rooms that are down at the bottom. And that way we can have a whole biome, a whole like habitat for Hybris down there. And it'll be kind of isolated from the rest of the castle. You know, you'll still have to get to it from that secret passage in the caves beneath kind of thing. But at least that way, like it ties in and it's not just a horse behind a wall in a cave. It's like built into the lore somehow. All right, so that should be pretty good. I'm going to go down here now and I'm going to try to use some sponges to clear this out. I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't know if I'm going to drown. I might. It's a little scary to be going under here and close myself in like this. All right, can I do this? Can I, if I just like spam sponges, will it be fast enough? Yeah. Okay, that actually worked pretty well. That worked way better than I thought it was going to. Oh, some light, finally. Cool. Yeah, that worked pretty good. And so where is the center of this? Because that, oh, the other thing is I should set up that beacon. I guess I'm going to need a way out of here. He says after he locks himself in underneath a lake. Okay, how do let me build a little exit tunnel or something so that I can actually get out of here when I need to. Which way should I go? Which wall am I closest to? I guess I'm pretty close to a wall over here. So I'm just going to go, I'll just go out here. I think this is is it on I can't tell if the middle is on a 2 or a 1. We'll make it work either way. All right, let's grab my shovel or my malevolent spoon out of my shulker box here. And let's just dig a little bit of a access tunnel. I don't know how far I have to go. Can I start to dig up? Okay. Okay, cool. That's perfect. All right, yeah. So here's kind of the backside. You can see we got our giant tree here, hedge maze. All of our castle guards on the wall. The ship, the invading piglin pirates coming to conquer our kingdom. They will not succeed. So yeah, this is the little area that we're focusing on. And it feels pretty big. Feels pretty big when you're over here. But compared to the rest of this part of the world, it's a pretty small part. Pretty small part. Okay, so I want to figure out what the exact center of this is. And maybe I'll put a torch or something. And I think I probably didn't do myself any favors here. It looks like, yep, we're centered on a 2x2. That's okay. What can I put down there that's for some light? Thankfully, in my shulker box system, I have a box that is all light sources. So I'll just grab a couple sea lanterns out of here and I'll put these down. And these will mark off the very center so that I'll be able to know where I am at all times here. And I think this should be the center. These four blocks there. And so I'm gonna need to kind of dig out a big cylindrical area underneath that. I think that'll be the plan. So we can go back in like this through our entrance. Where was that? Where's the entrance? Ah, here it is. Cool. So how far off are we? All right, yeah. Yeah, so this will be the area that we want to center on, and we'll kind of see how it feels. But I need to make that. I need to make that beacon first. Thankfully, we've got a beacon in our inventory already. So I'll just put a beacon up here. And I'm not hurting for iron blocks, so I guess I'll just do this. And I just need to remember that this beacon is not actually centered. Right, because like the beacon will have to be centered on a single block, but this whole area is centered on the 2x2 there. But I think that'll be okay. Oh, there we go. Caught it. Nice. And I never do this correctly the first time. How big is this supposed to be? Is it? It's 9 by 9, the bottom layer? 9 by 9, then 7, then 5, then 3? I think that's right. So this is 6. All right. 7. Doesn't have to be perfectly centered. It literally can't be perfectly centered. So this is, okay, so this is 7. Right? It needs to be 4 layers high. Clearly I don't make fresh beacons very often. I pretty much just leave the ones that are like in the base all the time, just on constantly. Though I don't love the beacon beams. I've talked about this before, but when I first like made this world and put the beacons in, there was, I guess, like a bug that meant that if the beacons were too far below you, the beam wouldn't render above you in Bedrock Edition. But then they like fixed the bug. And so now there's beacons sticking up everywhere in here, which is, it's not ideal. It doesn't totally work, but I don't really know what to do about it. I turned them black, which I thought maybe would help a little bit. This is not right. This is definitely not right. This is going to be a pretty lopsided beacon. What did I do wrong? I'm just missing a whole... Yeah, I'm just totally off. I tried to center it that way. All right, so we'll go one more level out this way, I guess. I am so glad that iron farms exist. Speaking of renewable resources, being able to have as much iron as you ever need is just the best. All right, let's get that there. Get haste 2 going. Oh no! There's a hot air balloon up there. What am I thinking? Oh, this isn't gonna work. What do I do about this? I'm gonna have to... Oh no. You might be thinking, oh, we'll just temporarily break those blocks out of the hot air balloon, right? And like, I could do that in theory. The problem is, this hot air balloon is not just decorative. It actually is hiding my creeper farm, which you can see there. And I would really rather not have to drill all the way through my creeper farm just for this beacon. Oh, that was stupid. That was very silly of me. I completely forgot that there was a balloon floating in the air. I mean, I guess what I can do is just move it off to the side a little bit. Like if I can get it... Let's see. Yeah, like right here or something. I can't believe I just placed this whole beacon and now I have to take it down though. That was very foolish. I'm almost like, I'm inclined to just go dig out without it. The problem is I have way too much digging to do. There's no way I need to have a beacon for this to be efficient. I can't believe I placed this and now I have to tear it down again immediately. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. I guess the other thing I could do, which would probably be smart, is just go over to the beacons that I already have and just change them. Change one of the beacon effects to haste. Maybe that's smarter than trying to position a beacon perfectly in a place that's really hard to place a beacon. So I guess I'll just do that. If I can even figure out how to get to them. Which effect do I not need? Chat, what do you think? We got speed, strength, regeneration, and resistance. I guess strength I could live without. I can't believe I placed this whole thing. Almost there. Almost got it. It's so many blocks. Beacons are an amazing thing, an incredible resource in this game. But man, having to make that whole pillar, that whole pyramid each time is just so tedious. It makes them so annoying to move. Okay, so we're just going to go, we're going to find the beacons we already have and just try to add haste in as one of the ingredients here. Yeah, so this, I built the, like, when the beacon beams became visible, I built these little structures in the hopes that it would make it look a little bit better, but I don't think it looks awesome. I think it's better than nothing for sure. Better, you know, better than just beacons coming out of the ground with absolutely nothing. But it's still just, I'd rather have no visible beacon beams, I think, for these ones at least. You know what I would love is like, I don't know, either an item that like blocks a beacon beam from displaying, but it still works, you know? Tinted glass. Feels like a perfect use for tinted glass. Right now, I'm not even sure what happens if you put tinted glass over a beacon. Genuinely, what does what happens? Does it block the beam? I don't even know. I want to try this. Do I have any tinted glass? Yeah! Hey, happy birthday! Thank you so much for joining me here. And I really appreciate that you like the videos. I hope you've been having a nice birthday. All right, like what happens if I place a beacon beam or place a tinted glass over this? Wait. Surely, okay. Okay, my regeneration went away. For a second, I thought this was already a mechanic or something, and I was about to be so happy unfortunately, no. But they should do that, right? Like, if you put tinted glass over a beacon, you should be able to still get the beacon effect without having the beacon be visible, right? I feel like that would be such a simple solution. All right, anyway, let's get down here. Let's get down here and change this beacon effect. Can I even get down here? Am I gonna die? I might. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh gosh, I'm flying so fast. All right, I made it. All right, strength. Strength is the one we can live without. Let's change this to haste. Cool. Now, am I going to be able to get out of here? Where's my little... There it is. Damn it. No! Oh man, if I die down here, that would be funny, but no good. That was close. I'm so glad I have a totem, just in case. You're insane at Minecraft, such a great builder, so creative. Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. Also, where did my regeneration beam go? Why? Okay, this is another bug. I'm pretty sure. Right? Didn't I get rid of the one that had strength? I thought I did, but apparently not. All right, let's get out of here. If I pop the totem, so be it. I just gotta get out of here. Hey, there we go. Nice. All right, we'll leave this. We'll put this back for now. I didn't get the snow. I didn't get the snow. I guess you don't get snow with the Silk Touch axe? Really? Well, we'll take a quick detour to the snow pile. If you haven't seen this before, here's my little snow pile. And I can walk over to the snow pile and take a block of snow. And as you can see, my inventory starts to fill up with snowballs once I do that. And when I place the snow block back, it stops. Wonderful. So that's where I get my snow from. There's like a little snow golem farm thing back there in the wall behind that. Works pretty well. Where am I going? Right, it's over here. So creative, thank you. I love stuff like that. It's just like little things where you can do like little technical contraptions, but that fit into the world and make it feel like, yeah, of course, if I want snow, I go over to the snow pile. I love that kind of stuff. And that's why I want to like fit the horse house into the lore, because I like this all to feel like a cohesive vision. And so much of the beauty of Minecraft, I think, is that just like, you can just do a bunch of stuff accidentally, and then it ends up feeling like a cohesive vision. All right, so we finally got our haste beacon here. I don't know exactly how big I want this to be. I guess the thing to do is dig out this way, where I can still see. I can like see the walls a little bit. Because if I figure out how far I want it to go this way, then I can kind of build a circle based on that size, if that makes any sense. Because here's the center. And I think something like that. I feel like it should probably go at least another block. It's possible I'm going to flood this. Right, if I break this, then the water will come in? Or no, here the water will come in. Yeah. All right, yeah. So this is, okay, this is perfect. So the glass pane here of this window is basically right here. So I think I want to go maybe one more block. Actually, I might have to be careful of this little elevator here. I could always cover it up or something. It's probably not the end of the world. But I think generally we want like a circle that is about this wide in terms of like the radius. All right, let's close this hole up here. Where was the... Okay. All right, we'll close that up. We'll say this is good for now. And so what is this? This is, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks out from like a 2x2 center. So that'll be 26 blocks across. So if I go to handy dandy Minecraft circle generator, Google search, 26. All right, this should be doable. So I'm just going to do like 1 or 2 layers of this circle just so we can start to get a feel for what it might look like. Let's see. Yeah, so basically we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that seems to be going perfectly up against the elevator. Okay, yeah, nice. That's perfect actually. Then 1, 2. Yep, there's the... That's got to be the elevator, I guess. All right, we're just trying to make a big circle so we can get a sense for how big this big cylinder will be. So again, here's the center. We got like 4, then 2, then 2 again. All right, so we are sticking out, which may mean we end up needing to build up this wall a little bit or something, but that's also not the end of the world. Like I'm fine with that. We can adjust the landscape around this if we need to. 1, 2, and then 1, 1. And the number of times I've made these circles in Minecraft and just like miscounted 1 block and then ruined the whole thing. It's high. It's happened many times. Hey man, how long have you worked on this world? I've had this world since like the end of 2019. So it's I guess now, man, it's like over a 6-year-old world. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then that should be 1 whole segment once we do 2, 3, 4. And look at that. We've perfectly found our little escape hatch. Oh, I'm not getting the beacon effect over here. That is the problem, isn't it? I have to be careful about that. But yeah, so that's centered. Yeah, cool. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You can dig at all the stuff in the middle. This will be less annoying when there's not all this dirt here in the way too. Having to switch between the pickaxe and the shovel is kind of an annoying part of digging this close to the surface. I also have so much junk in my inventory. Let me throw some of this in a shulker box. I tend to just like keep everything, even though I'm not really hurting for any of this stuff. Might as well just throw it all in here. I can always just dump it into the spaceship storage system, which is a pretty good high capacity storage system that we have in the end. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then, oh, I don't have the beacon effect. That's This is what I was hoping to avoid. This is why I wanted to have the beacon in the middle. I can't believe I forgot about the airship. One, two, one, two, one, 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 two, one, two, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And this should bring us back to the center again. If I did my math right, which is always in question. Never a guarantee. All right, did we do this right? Yeah, I think that looks good. We're getting a circle here. Looks symmetrical. All right, let's finish it. We'll go all the way around. We'll do maybe like one more layer just to feel it out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty good at this. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, and then 1. 1, 2. This dirt is driving me nuts. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Did I mess this up? 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Oh yeah, this is wrong. I messed it up. It always happens. It always happens eventually. At least once. This is Bedrock Edition. It's a Bedrock Edition realm, which is, that's kind of what I try to do in this world and on this channel, is just like show that Bedrock realms, you know, can do a lot. Like they're the easiest entry point for a lot of people who are trying to like play multiplayer with their friends. You know, when Bedrock Edition is obviously what like Microsoft's pushing pretty hard. And so, you know, I like to use this world to show that like Bedrock Edition is not, you know, obviously it doesn't have the history that Java Edition does. Obviously there are some issues, but you can play Bedrock Edition at a pretty high level. Not that I would necessarily like even say I play at a high level. Like there's obviously people who play at a way higher level than me, even on Bedrock Edition. You'd be surprised. But I like to show that like there's a lot you can do. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this should be the last kind of 4 here. That should bring us back to the middle, hopefully. That's right. Yeah. Okay, we're so close. We're so close to our first layer actually dug out here. It's a big area. This is gonna be a pretty big hole. And I'll probably, you know, for what it's worth, I just put in the glass, covered up closed off the pond up there for now in the short term. I think I'll obviously have to figure out how to blend the kind of underground portion of this with the upper portion of it. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet, but I'm confident that we'll figure out something that looks cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we got 1, and then we got 1, and then we got 1, 2 this way, almost there. 1, 2. This is the watch me count stream. Did I do this right? Yeah, I think this is right. I think this looks pretty good. Hopefully we've done this all right. And we should have our first 2 layers of this circle done. Look at that. There we go. Played Java for a while, but now you play Bedrock. Nice. I originally started playing on Bedrock because one of my friends who was playing with me was on Switch, you know, and it was just like so easy to do the crossplay. And, you know, for better or worse, the fact that it's so easy in Bedrock Edition is a really nice thing. What I don't like is that you can't really play on like a Mac. Like I find that crazy. Maybe I'm sure there's ways now, but I remember when I was trying to figure it out, it was way harder than it should have been, especially if they're trying to get people to use Bedrock. It's got to be at least available on everything that Java's on. All right, we'll do one more layer of this just to get a little bit more of a sense for what this is going to look like. Then I think I'll just go drop a bunch of this stuff off at the spaceship. So, you know, y'all can see that if you haven't seen it. There's my escape hatch. Let's keep that accessible. Always want to make sure your escape hatch is accessible. Oh, I lost the beacon effect again. Yeah, that is going to be a pain. I think I'm going to have to put another beacon over there or something so that doesn't keep happening. Or like try to go over to those beacons and change one of those too. Not entirely sure what'll be simplest. But I'm going to have to dig this down pretty far to reach the horse. No, give me my haste. I never really know what the best way to dig a shape like this out is. Because I always end up like breaking more blocks than I mean to around the edges, right? Like right there. There's probably some smart strategy to it that I'm not thinking of. But it is kind of just like relaxing to dig out a bunch of stone, you know? That's the reason why I switched. My friend was on Xbox, so I switched so it was easy for us to play. Yeah, exactly. It makes perfect sense. That said, like, I cannot imagine trying to play this game on a, on a console with a controller. That sounds so hard. All right, what do you think it will take for Mojang to give us Haste 3 that can insta-mine like coal and deep slate? How would you design that? What would you design as the requirements for Haste 3? Is it just a bigger beacon pyramid? That sounds too easy. I feel like you got to have some extra thing that you add. And nobody say that the pyramid has to be made out of netherite blocks, because that's ridiculous. I don't know, some way, like, maybe another boss, right? Like, instead of like you combine a wither star with something else that they can only get like from some other boss. I'm not entirely sure. All right, there we go. We dug this out, fair amount. Obviously, there's a lot more to do. Pick up some of this extra junk. Not that I need all this stone. What I really need is cobblestone. Because now that, you know, with Silk Touch, I never get cobblestone anymore, really. This is where having an allay would be nice too. All right, I think we'll leave the rest of this. All right, let's go drop this stuff off at the spaceship. Give you all a chance to see that too. We're gonna fly over up to our nether portals in our Castle Eerie here. And we're gonna pop through to the end. What's the difference between Java and Bedrock? Java's the original version. Bedrock is kind of the newer version that I think they started working on when Microsoft took over. Oh, hey, you're still here. When Bedrock was first released, there were a lot of differences and a lot of bugs and stuff, but it's gotten a lot better over the years. You know, I've had this realm for... Hey, what's that? I've had this realm for like 6 years, and when I first started, it was so buggy all the time. Bedrock was pretty bad, but it's gotten a lot better. All right, here we go. Popping through the stronghold. Let me put on my pumpkin hat. You want to load in, please? There we go. And there it is. The spaceship. So you can kind of imagine what a UFO thing in this style would look like. Honestly, it would probably look a lot like this. Like we already have like a little UFO thing in the middle of the spaceship. But let's dump our stuff in here. You can see the storage system in action. And for this, I'm going to have to mute the stream music because one of the fun things about the storage system is that it uses LAs for unstackable item sorting, which is like not super relevant to what I'm dumping in here right now, obviously. But to get LAs to do their thing, you have to play note blocks. And so I actually like made this thing kind of sing to you when you're using it. Hopefully the game audio's audible. Each of these walls has a different little tune that whenever there's items flowing across the water streams up here, it plays like that little tune, that part of the song. And I made it so that all the different parts can like fit together and be played in any real order, because you can dump stuff into the system from any corner and it'll all just go around and flow into the right place. So right now you can see we got a bunch of, I think it must be the iron blocks. The iron blocks are all flowing in here. This is our like minerals shulker box. So all of the iron blocks are going to go in there. But now this wall will turn off, probably. Because we got like stuff going in here now. This is probably all that stone. The stone goes in right there. So it's kind of fun. It's like a little song. It's like a little bit different each time. And every once in a while it gets slightly out of sync like it is right now. But it usually fixes itself. I have some little systems in here to try and fix the rhythm to get it to sync up again. All right, people. I think that's going to do it for tonight. I hope that you've had a nice time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that those of you who were here from the vertical enjoyed it. This is my first time doing the vertical in addition to the horizontal. So please let me know through comments, you know, chat messages, whatever. Let me know how it was. If there's any changes you would suggest that I make, love to hear them. In any case, really appreciate you all coming and checking out the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next time. Not sure exactly when it'll be, but stay tuned for that notification. You know, subscribe if you want. And I'll see you then. See y'all.